Hey, what's going on YouTube? Let's go back to where I was on the last video. That's kind of different, right? Because I got all this shit over here, right? The problem is my wife owns a nail salon and she's got some, I don't know, her clients are like wealthy, so they gave her this car. I've got another car over here that we've owned for a while. She bought her niece's car before her niece went back to Vietnam, and I've got my car, of course, so I don't have much room, so I'm trying to do this video with all this crap over here. Okay, so let's go back to like Alice and I guess also the LK-35. So what kind of stuff can you get to modify these? And heck, I forgot, I have to go grab one. So what kind of modifications are out there? I mean, obviously you can get that mod, the Hellcat mod or whatever for the ALICE. I don't really like to have that stupid the woodland camo on here. I mean, I've got an olive one that this is just like I was issued when I was in the Marines. I didn't have the camo one, and then the camo one has a different material, so it doesn't even look like it matches. So I don't really care for that Hellcat mod on there. I guess if I was trying to mod this and put my sleeping stuff in here, I would just use these on the bottom here, and then I'd use like the Swiss sleeping bag. So it's pretty much, I think it's about 12 inches diameter by probably 18 to 24 wide, and so you can still just strap this around the bottom. It blends in close enough to this kind of olive color, correct? I guess that's what I would do. You can see here I've got the 20 round on each side here. There's quite a stuff out there. I mean, obviously you've got the LC2 or LC1 kidney pad. So you take a look here. So this thing will just fit on here. It gives you, decent support. What I did though is I did fork out for one of these Blackhawk ALICE belt pads, and so you see here it's a little bit longer, obviously, so it gives you just a little bit more comfort instead of just this strap that's on this guy compared to this. It'll wrap around your waist just a little bit better. It's also, it's about the same width there. You can't really find these anymore because, Alice is out of the thing. They don't want to make any money from it, so they don't make it anymore. But you can still find these things around somewhere. Both of these will work with my LK-35. I can still fit these things onto the rucksacks. Okay. So like this thing is going to go fit down on the bottom. And this is where you want to put it. This is right underneath this thing. Okay, so what's the other one? I forgot. I left it over here. I will grab it. So just to prove to you that this thing was made, this little attachment here was made specifically for the ALICE pack. Now, because ALICE pack tends to have, the size on these things compared to other frame packs, you know, you're typically somewhere between 11 to 14 inches wide on different frames. And so that's how this thing is useful for the ALICE pack or, you know, other things. So this can go here, and this is your pad on that. Holy smokes, what else? Let's take a look here. So here is a modern version of the ALICE frame, which is the this is a 1606. This is not the MC one, which is extra strong in here, but this thing does not have any cracks. So this is the original AC 1606 AC frame. The 1606 MC has extra strength here, where these things, I guess, break easily on the AC, which I have that on my USMC pack, which I'm not showing right now. But take a look at this though. I mean, so you've got all these attachments here, and so I can easily modify this and work with this frame and put this on. So if I want to carry my 20-liter source, my source water supply, then I can do that. And I've got this lighter weight thing. Now, also just to show you, and you've seen this other places, if you like the ALICE, you know that this thing is made to work with ALICE. So this will fit inside of here and replace this aluminum riveted frame. And this thing does essentially the same thing. I mean, the shape is nearly the same. It's close enough. Then you put your kidney pad, waist belt, whatever you want to call it, right there. Same thing here. Let's take a look at some of these options. So this one was made from Eagle Industries, and I forget, this is the modified ALICE straps. I don't remember. What makes this different from the issued one is they tend to be a little bit thicker. You've got this chest strap attachment built into it. You've got the quick disconnect here. The rest of the stuff is pretty much the same. I mean, it's a little bit more padded than the originals. It's got the curve on there, blah blah blah. These will work with just about any framed backpack or rucksack as well. Let's take a look here. So here's another one I got, is Tactical Tailor. So these are the Ranger Green. I found these on clearance somewhere, you know, when the Army discontinued the RPAT, or the you know, their little special color that was kind of, you know, like a bluish green color. And I got these at a discount. I doubt you can find these, and I don't know if Tactical Tailor still sells these, honestly. I mean, I guess for all their Malice stuff, they still sell Malice stuff. And they're actually pretty close to me. I mean, they're probably about 25 miles away from me. I've never actually gone in there. I've just bought their stuff online on clearance from somewhere else because I don't want to pay full price, right? So let's see what else is going on. So I showed you before that I did buy this Rothco duty belt. I don't remember the exact name. I'll try to look it up. I mean, you can find these anyway. This is just the Rothco, and I had an old LC1 or LC2 belt, and I kind of cut some of the stuff so I could fit it in between. So it's got these openings here, you can see on these, and so I just put that modified kidney belt. All I did is I just cut off this padding here, so I had this belt going through, and I just passed that through this. So you can see how much thicker this is. I mean, if you really want that comfort or whatever, you've got that here. It seems somewhat breathable. I've actually used this thing on my USMC assault pack as well. So, and it's pretty weird how that works, but I can attach this onto there with that little waist belt that they come with it. It's pretty thin. But the USMC assault pack is almost the same size as this. I think it's a little bit smaller, but you know, whatever. Gives you some ideas there. And that gives you some ideas of stuff you can go to use for the ALICE or the LK-35 or a lot of other framed rucksacks. You see here, these straps will just go right across here. I can put this on there. This will carry the weight for me. This thing also works as well with this frame, although I put it sideways and loop it over there, as you've seen in my previous video. This gives you some more cushion if you want it or need it. And I don't know, I haven't checked it to see if it works with this old set. This might be a little bit too large, but let's just double check. So I can still make this technically work with this old aluminum magnesium composite frame if I want to get some kind of cushion underneath here. It can still work on there if I really need it to. It's not optimal with this. Benefit of this is, you know, versus the steel frame, you're gonna save, you know, this weighs 1 pound, maybe 14 ounces versus what is this? You're saving about 1 pound versus the steel frame on the LK-35 by using, you know, one of these old school type of frames, which you can also see on other videos. You can obviously replace these straps with ALICE ones or anything that works with ALICE. These things tend to be wider, so they just distribute the weight fairly well to me, so I haven't replaced this with, you know, like more padded ones. I'm also not, you know, if I'm gonna carry heavier stuff, then I'm gonna use the LK70, which tends to have you know, better padding on the issued straps, but they're still very similar. I don't know. Gosh, what other kind of stuff do we have here? There's not really too much. If you guys have some kind of questions or comments on this, please let me know. But just take a look out there. There's quite a few things you can get to modify your LK35 or your ALICE pack. And you know, a lot of these things I found on eBay. I found them just searching on Google, blah blah blah. Some of these things they don't really make anymore, but you still might find somebody selling these. A lot of these modifications too is, you know, I'm 50 years old. My son is only 12, but let's pretend something happens to me. He may not know everything or the names of everything on here. And then, you know, perhaps he's going to sell my stuff. If something happens to me, he's going to sell this on eBay or at a garage sale. And he doesn't know anything about this stuff. Well, that's what people do on eBay. They just say, oh, olive military backpack. Okay? Or this is Swedish, but, you know, there's with English, there's a confusion with Swiss and Swedish for some reason. So they might say this is a Swiss rucksack and vice versa. The Swiss one is a Swedish, blah, blah, blah. Same with all the ALICE stuff. They're just going to say, oh, gee, it's, you know, it's a military backpack. So you got to take a look at all the stuff that, you know, if you're really trying to save money, that's what you got to do is you got to find stuff that's misidentified and they don't know what they actually have, and they're going to sell it for, you know, I mean, it might be worthless to them. So even if you make some kind of offer, they still may just sell it to you, right? So that's my ideas to you. I mean, some of the stuff I've found just by looking for, you know, canvas or nylon military rucksack, right? And you're gonna find this stuff. You're gonna save some money, and that's all I've got to say. Any more questions or comments? I will try to answer as soon as I can. Thank you.